Welcome to Bible Mark TV. I'm Renee. I'm your host. This next dream is a dream that I had many years ago. And it was a dream about two tall buildings in New York with smoke coming out of the top. And it was a dream about 9/11. But it happened years before, many years before the event. And there was smoke coming out the top. There were all sort of details with this dream. There was construction going on with the building. There were two airplanes, of which in the dream you could only see a cockpit window. And in the smoke there were letters that formed words. It said, "The end is near," and then there was a big R made out of smoke. Many years I didn't know what the R meant. I didn't know if it meant, I didn't know. To now I know it means repent. I believe I questioned whether it meant repent, and I now know it means repent, everyone. So I'm going to show you this next video, and you'll know a little bit more about it. But the day that it happened, my brother called me, and he said, "Sha, your dream." And we're looking at the television in disbelief. Exactly what was on the television was what I had dreamt many years before. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Check out the video, and we'll recap. And many blessings to everyone who I knew, who I worked with, who was there that day, and they're now in heaven. They have to be in heaven because they were really good people. Okay, watch the video. So here's the sketch that I made. My mom told me when I was a kid to always write everything down, and that's what I started to do. I would record, I would write them down, I would make a sketch to draw out what actually happened in my dream. And in this dream, if you look at the sketch, you can see two buildings. One is taller than the other, one is a little further back. There's another one in the front that's much taller, so that could represent the three towers. The two towers, and then the other building. The smoke signals actually came out of the smoke from the fire that said the end is near, and then there was a letter R. And if you look, you can see to the left there are two little planes. The top part, you can see there's a little cockpit window. And how this is validated is I actually have the writings where I said you could see a cockpit window. And regarding the construction of the building, the little house that's at the bottom, in the dream, I was with my brother and we looked out the window and saw this building and saw this fire and saw the smoke. And I said, "What are they building over there?" There's some kind of metal object. And he says, "Oh, they're just doing construction of some kind." So there's a lot of things that happened in my dream that happened on that day. And when it happened, I was in shock, and my brother calls me, of course, and we have a discussion about it, and I'm in tears. And my big question was, why did God show me this? Here is where my sketch looks exactly like the news report. All I could see in my mind was a vision of my dream when I was watching the television. I'll tell you like a really funny story about Bill Casper. Bill Casper's office was right across from my office at J&H Marsh in McLennan. And this is before they moved to the World Trade. We used to work a lot of long hours, and one Saturday I brought my puppy in with me to work because I couldn't leave him at home by himself, so I brought him to work. So I had an office. Bill had an office right across from mine. And when I brought my puppy to the office, he got loose. He got out of my office. He weaseled out. And Bill sees my puppy running down the hallway towards the computer room. And he runs after him. He picks him up and he's playing with my puppy. He goes, "Whose little guy is this?" I go, "That little guy is mine. That's Spritzer." And he goes, "Okay, he's so cute." I go, "Thank you." I said, you could hang out with him for the day. He can hang out with you in your office. I'm busy. You're doing printing stuff. I'm in here programming. You want to play with him?" He goes, "Yeah." So he hung out with Bill for that Saturday. And that was the last time I remember talking to Bill. And when that day happened, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. We had great guys like Joe McGannell. Joe would tell jokes every time I walked into his office. He always had a joke to tell. I mean, back then, when you worked with people, it was so much fun. Like, I don't know what's happened to corporate America today. Nobody goes to picnics anymore. Nobody shares their lunch anymore. It was just fun. I didn't have any problems. It was great. I stayed at J&H. I think I was there 5 years of my beginning career in IT. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for making it great. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had such a great time. Bill had this thing he did to my office. He put this sign on my door that said Rumba Queen. Rumba was an application for the AS400 mid-range computer system, and I was like a master at that. So he used to joke at me because I would have the answers to anyone's error on Rumba without even looking at the screen. It was just so funny. So he crowned me the Rumba Queen. That was hilarious. I got a Christmas card from him every year, him and his family, so I wish them all the best. To all the families, Elena Sesanova's family, Warren Grifka's family. Warren was really, really cool. I remember Garo Voskerigian talking about basketball with my boyfriend at the picnic. That's the last time I remember talking to Garo. He was cool too. There was so many people that on that day I knew. And blessings to all the families on this day. Amen.
And don't you be afraid. Joy comes in the morning. Troubles, they don't last always. For there's a friend named Jesus who will wipe your tears away. And if your heart is broken, just lift your hands and say, "Oh, I know that I can make it. I know that I can stand. No matter what
Matthew 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Troubles, they don't last always. For there's a friend in Jesus who will wipe your tears away. And if your heart is broken,
Matthew 10,
just lift
15.
your hands and say,
Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment as that city.
no matter what,
Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of horrors and abominations.
no matter what may come my way, my life is in your hands.
The scariest part about the dream were details that I couldn't put my finger on at the time because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. But I can tell you what God showed me. He showed me 2 planes go into this building, and it was weird because the planes only had cockpits. I don't know what that's about. Don't have a clue. He showed me there were boom sounds. I wasn't there that day, but God showed it to me. I don't know what that means. Anyone out there that does? Okay. But it's over now. It's over now. That's all I can say. I wish I knew then what the dream meant. I could have told somebody that I had a dream that 2 tall buildings in New York City, the towers, and a 3rd building would fall. That there would be smoke in the air. And the smoke had a signal that said the end is near. And there was a big R. I didn't know what the R meant, but for some reason I felt it meant repent. So I wrote that in my writings. Repent, boys and girls. Repent, men and women. Repent.